We keep hearing about the Hunter Biden story. Now, we don't hear about the Hunter Biden story very much in the mainstream media. They're suppressing it. But they're suppressing it because they know that the Hunter Biden story is the Joe Biden story. There is more and more evidence coming out from the Hunter Biden laptop. Now, some of this is being reported in the Daily Mail. This is, by the way, out of the UK, but also by the New York Post here in America. Two of the almost solitary outlets that are talking about this. They're going through the laptop, which is vital evidence. And they find out that, here is Joe Biden. I never got involved in my son's business dealings. Now, this is proving to be a spectacular lie because in multiple occasions, Joe Biden and Hunter Biden are together. Most recently, I find out from the laptop, as reported in the Daily Mail, that Joe Biden entertained his son's business associates from Mexico. This is the Mexican billionaires Carlos Slim, but also Miguel Alernan Velasco. Where? On Air Force Two in Mexico City, but also at the office of the vice president. This was when Biden was vice president. And this is all at a time when Hunter Biden and his business partner, Jeff Cooper, are planning massive investments with those billionaires in Mexico. An investment deal that Hunter's partner calls, quote, a flippin' gigantic business deal. So there's a lot of money to be made, and Joe is a big part of it. In fact, it looks like Joe Biden was secretly meeting with these guys even before that. And the reason is that Hunter Biden on his laptop is writing the White House photographer. This is going back now to 2015, basically saying he wants the photos of Joe Biden with these members of the Alaman family. In other words, one of these two billionaires. So evidently that guy was in the White House on another occasion, and Hunter is trying to track down the photos. Now, to get an idea of how all this stuff kind of comes together in a very sordid way, I just want to take a single look at a single snapshot of Hunter's life and the way it intermingles with Joe Biden's life. This is May 2018, and Hunter Biden is staying at a Los Angeles hotel called the Chateau Marmont. And what he does is he goes through his escort sites on his phone, and he orders a Russian escort named Yana, who describes herself as an elite courtesan. Hunter Biden says, "Hi, my name is Rob. I'm staying at Chateau Marmont. Are you available right now?" So apparently the escort goes over, they smoke crack, drink vodka, have sex, make porn together. Hunter, by the way, saves all the porn on his laptop. And then the woman comes back the next day, kind of the same deal, and then she wants to be paid. But the problem is that Hunter's credit cards aren't working. So she goes, "I'm not leaving without my $8,000. That was apparently what he had agreed to pay. So what happens is Hunter now pulls out his credit cards and he basically hands them over to Yana for her to try. Very interesting. So she tries, and apparently at the end, one of the charges goes through. Now, the funny thing is the woman leaves, Hunter falls asleep. When he wakes up, he realizes that he's getting all these fraud notices, and it turns out all his multiple tries where he tried to send money all went through. So apparently $25,000 has left his account on evidently the same attempt to pay the same charge. So naturally, Hunter Biden is very upset. But this Yana woman then replies and says, "Hey, listen, I got all this money in my account, but don't worry, you can have it back." But now is where the plot thickens, because before she can send it back, a Secret Service agent appears on the scene and tells Hunter Biden that he needs to get into the hotel. I'm now reading from his message to Hunter Biden, also recorded on the laptop. Hunter, I'm in the lobby, come down. Thanks, Rob. Rob is the Secret Service agent. His name is Robert Savage. He was the head of the Los Angeles field office. And Hunter replies, 5 minutes. But Hunter doesn't come down. And Savage texts again to Hunter Biden. He goes, "Come on, H. This is linked to Celtic's account." Celtic? Celtic, it turns out, is Joe Biden's Secret Service name. You know how presidents and vice presidents have code names. So basically what the Secret Service agent is saying, all this money coming out of your account is coming out of Joe Biden's account. So we have to deal with this now. And the Secret Service agent says, call the front desk now, H, or I will have to assume you are in danger and we will have to make them give us the keys. No reply from Hunter. Now, a little bit later, Hunter, this is, by the way, I'm getting now this from Hunter's book called Beautiful Things. He talks about the fact that because of his crack cocaine habits, he gets blacklisted at the Chateau Marmont. He shows up in 2018 at this Sunset Boulevard hotel. He tries to check in, and the guy goes, you can't check in. So this is Hunter now sending indignant texts. He goes, WTF? What the? He goes, seriously? A note in the system that says under no circumstances am I allowed in the building without pre-approval? WTF, man? And the guy goes, this guy named Mike goes, apparently you were banned for drug use is what I was told. And Hunter goes, drug use? You gotta be effing kidding me. I was banned for drug use at Chateau Marmont? You have to be effing me. Well, that's a effing first in the hotel's history, I guess. Should I take it as a badge of honor? I really mean it. This literally must be a first at the Chateau. So what we see here is not just the sordid life of Hunter Biden, but the way in which it's interconnected with Joe Biden's life. At other occasions on the laptop, Hunter is literally paying Joe Biden's bills. $1,000 here, a couple of $1,000 there. And what's happening here, you see, is that the foreign money comes into Hunter. So Hunter has in some ways got to return it to Joe. And one way he does that is by paying Biden bills. Now, interestingly, if you read the New York Times, you get no indication of any of this. All of this is being completely suppressed in the national media. But there it is in little nuggets in the New York Post and the Daily Mail. And if you put it together, well, that's kind of my job on the podcast, to put it all together so that you realize that at the end of the day, you've got this disgusting crackhead Hunter Biden. But everything he does, including his use of the N-word, he learned from his sly, corrupt, possibly now senile, but nevertheless just as crooked as Hillary, father, Joe Biden.